Hey, I'm David Carnoy, and I'm here with the new 4th generation Beats Powerbeats. They look a lot like the truly wireless Powerbeats Pro, but there's one big difference. They have a cord between the buds, so they're kind of an old school wireless headphone. Remember those? Those were the kind that people used to wear before this whole AirPods thing happened. They cost $150 or $100 less than the Powerbeats Pro, and that's really the Beats sales pitch here. You deal with the cord, you save some money, and as an added bonus, they'll throw in some extra battery life. These are rated at 15 hours at moderate volume levels compared to the Beats Pros at 9 hours, so not quite double, but still substantially more. If you look closely, you can see that they're slightly bigger than the Powerbeats Pros. I got the white one, but they also come in black and red colors and probably more down the road. Beats has improved the overall design so they fit more ears better, but I still had a hard time getting a tight seal with the included earbuds. I'd use my own extra large tips, but they should fit most people's ears well, and if you get a tight seal, they do sound quite good. More on that in a minute, but first I want to point out a couple of other small design differences. With the Powerbeats Pro, they automatically turn on when you take them out of their charging case. However, these have a power/Bluetooth button on the left earbud because you have to physically turn them on. The right bud has the volume control rocker and the B button for playback control and answering and ending calls. And instead of having charging contacts on each bud, these have a lightning port in the right earbud for charging. A short USB-A to lightning cable is included, and you get a cheap nylon carrying pouch for storing the buds. They do seem a lot more durable than the Powerbeats 3. The cord is thicker and rounder, making it more durable and reduces the snag factor. This doesn't snag on your clothing or on the back of your neck as much as the Powerbeats 3 did. You get the same features as the Powerbeats Pro. These are IPX4 sweat resistant and splash proof. They have the same identical piston drivers and the same Apple H1 chip that makes it simple to pair and switch between all your iCloud linked Apple devices. They also have the same dual beamforming microphones that help pick up your voice when you're making calls. And yes, these have hands-free Siri. So if you have an iOS device, you can just say, "Hey Siri," to activate Apple's voice assistant. Alas, there's no equivalent feature for Android users. Like the Powerbeats Pro, these are definitely dynamic sounding headphones with powerful bass, natural sounding mids, and good clarity. Not surprisingly, they have an exciting sound profile that's geared to today's pop and hip hop music. I swapped back and forth between these and Samsung's Galaxy Buds Plus and found that the Powerbeats have more energy in the bass and more forward sounding mids. The Galaxy Buds Plus is a little bit more laid back and nuanced. I preferred its sound and definitely preferred the lack of wires. But if you get a good fit with the Beats, you won't be disappointed by the sound. These do work well for making calls, maybe not quite as good as the AirPods Pro, but still well above average and on par with the Powerbeats Pro. These are a bit of a hard sell. They're definitely a nice upgrade over the Powerbeats 3 and solid wireless sports headphones, particularly if you're someone who likes having a cord so you can keep the buds dangling from your neck when you're not using them. But the problem for me is that once you go truly wireless, it's hard to go back. And there are plenty of excellent true wireless earbuds in this price range. Those Galaxy Buds Plus, for example, heck, you can even pick up a geek certified Powerbeats Pro from Best Buy for $140. And don't forget that the standard AirPods